Now, when it comes to leadership, how you engage with and affect those around you is the most powerful currency that you have. So ask yourself this question: would you follow you? We are going to explore that question. Now, as always, for sales training, for motivational content, and to level up your leadership, make sure you subscribe and click the bell so that you don't miss anything. Now, here's why it's so important to ask yourself that question: would you follow you? And it's one that you may ask yourself sometimes throughout your career. I remember being early on in my automotive career and a newer manager, and we were not having the best month to start out. We hadn't hit our sales quota. I wasn't able to hold on to the right salespeople, and it seemed it was one of those months where just nothing was going right. And so I probably was not speaking to myself. I wasn't talking to myself the way that I should have been communicating with myself to be able to personify a positive attitude and lead others. And I remember the owner of our company came in and he sat down and he talked with me and he says, "Well, what do you think's going on?" And he allowed me for a few minutes to sit and process through that. And when I couldn't come up with the answer, he asked me this very profound question. He looked right at me and he says, "Well, Mike, would you follow you in this situation?" And it hit me like a ton of bricks. It was like, oh my goodness, no, I probably wouldn't. That's why I couldn't hold on to salespeople. And because I couldn't hold on to salespeople, that's why we were not achieving the sales that we needed that month, and we weren't hitting the numbers. And then ultimately the department and the company was struggling, and it was because of me. And I had to have someone that came around and asked the right question. It wasn't to be mean, it wasn't to be difficult, and it certainly wasn't to knock me down further. By asking the right question, would you follow you? It took me having to be really real with myself and step outside and look at the way that I was managing my emotions, look at the way that I was managing my people, and ultimately then look at the way I was managing the business. And all those things came together in a culmination of tough management and not good leadership in the moment. Now, besides asking that question, because it's a tough one, sometimes you have to ask, what do my people need? What is it that I can provide to them? And these are not rhetorical questions, because when you care enough to ask those questions and you care enough to receive the real answers, then you start to step into your own light. You start to really grow as a leader and as a person and as someone that people want to follow. Now, here's something else I will share with you. When you're asking that question, would you follow you? Who are the people that you would want to follow? What are the characteristics that you want them to have? What are the things that you want them to embody? Most people are looking for someone that's got that fire and that passion, that energy that comes together in this culmination to create an ongoing and consistent positive outlook in their business. And when they have that consistent positive outlook, they've got that good attitude, they're able to cast vision for other people and look at all the ways that they can win. And when you're casting vision and creating vision that people believe in and that they feel that they can win, when you can provide those things, then it makes people feel safe. It makes your employees and the followers and the people that are in the thick of it with you in business, they feel safe. And people want to feel safe. They want somebody that will lead the charge that they know they can count on. See, one thing that'll make it hard is in most cases, people don't look at you and say, "Hey, you've made it as a leader. You're a really successful leader." The first person that has to determine that is you. And one of the ways that we're able to do that is asking that really simple, very insightful question that was a little profound at the time: would you follow you? And at the point that you can answer with a yes, then at least you're headed on the right path. Now let me ask you, and this could be kind of a tough question, but I would love if you would share in the comments down below with me, what are one or two things that you could be working on as a leader to really propel yourself so that you could answer a yes to that question. Would you follow you? I would love for you to share that with me, and let's continue the conversation after the video. And if you're wanting to continue to grow and propel your leadership forward, make sure you click up here and check out my leadership behavior series, because there's some really great videos and insights in those. Thanks so much for taking the time to tune in and join me today, and I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day. We'll talk to you soon, everybody.